Marlon Rodríguez.
Eso puede pasar. Yo soy Gustavo Rodríguez, el papá de Marlon. Vivimos por 25 años con él. En los últimos 5 años él sufrió esa enfermedad de un linfoma. Le apareció un tumor en el pecho, después le desapareció. 3 años más tarde le volvió a aparecer. Y le duró 4 meses en su último momento, pero peleó durante 1 año para recuperar su salud, lo cual no le fue posible, a pesar de que tuvo tratamiento aquí en Estados Unidos, en Stanford. Y al final se rindió.
My name is Al Mattis. I'm Marlon's cousin. I'll just say a couple of words about him. As far as who he was as a person, he was a person that definitely was an inspiration to my life. He definitely left me impacted with his values, his morals, of who he was as a person. Definitely let me see life through a different vision. It's unfortunate that certain circumstances have to happen to us in life, like a death, to make us open our eyes to a different scene that we might have not, seen at one point. He was very courageous in his whole battle with cancer. He got diagnosed, I think it was in 2008 at first, with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. He went through all the treatments at General Hospital. After that episode, he thought he had beat it for about 2.5, 3 years or so. And it was New Year's night of 2010, that he told me that the cancer had came back, and all of 2011, since January until his death on January 30th, he battled with Hodgkin's lymphoma. He went to various appointments, obviously, to Stanford, to Kaiser. He did everything he could in order for him to survive this disease. Unfortunately, nothing worked. I know that it was a hard time in his life. It was a hard time in his parents' lives, his family, his friends. But I think all in all, after everything is said and done, I'm satisfied with him not going through the pain that he was going through anymore. Because it definitely took a toll on us. So I can't even imagine how it took a toll on his body and his mind. And he just definitely didn't deserve to continue to live the way he was living. Aside from that, I mean, he was one of these people that, it was very, very easily to, get drawn to him because of his personality. He was very welcoming, very warm-hearted individual. Even through his battles with cancer, when I went up with him to Stanford, his appointments would go, about, it would vary from anywhere from 1 to 4 or 5 hours in a single day, depending on what type of treatment he was receiving that day. But I would show up with him, and it's I would go park the car and try to go upstairs with him to be there for him as support. And instead of me going upstairs with him or wherever he was having his appointment at, he would stop me and tell me, go have some breakfast, go relax. He goes, after you have breakfast, I want you to go to, there used to be a field, a soccer field, right around the area where we used to pull up, where his appointments were at Stanford. And he used to tell me, go have some breakfast. He goes, and after breakfast, I want you to go do some jogging around the field until I'm ready to go. There's no point in you just sitting there with me waiting. He goes, I want you to do something with yourself. I want you to be healthier. I want you to go ahead and start now. I'm going through some very difficult times, he goes, but you can go ahead and help yourself out. So, just to live a healthier life. And it's just one of those things that even through his times of dealing with such a horrible disease, he was thinking of other people first, and it's one of those things where I'm going to go ahead and take my experience with him that I had in the last year and all my life. I'm going to go ahead and take that, and I'm going to run with it. I'm going to go ahead and do everything I can to have his name continue to live on. I'm going to go ahead and continue to work hard at some of the things that he enjoyed in life. I'm not one of these people that like to go to the gym or do any of those sort of things or whatnot. But he was a gym rat. He would go to the gym every day. He was a very, very healthy individual. He didn't have any vices in his life, and it sometimes is I can't even. I don't understand how something like that could happen to someone like him. You always expect it to happen to someone who doesn't take care of themselves or, lives life recklessly. But he was, quite the opposite. So he always wanted me to get healthy. He always wanted me to live a healthier life, care about my health, and that's one of the things that I'm going to go ahead and take with me for the rest of my life and continue to do so, although it's very, very difficult for me. But I do want to go ahead and continue to do the things that I promised him I would do. And his name is always going to continue to live on as far as I'm concerned. And as far as my life goes, I'm going to go ahead and continue to do the things that he might have wanted to be done, although those aren't the things that I necessarily had planned for my life. Other than that, the whole experience with him at the hospital was very difficult for everybody involved. It's an experience that definitely I don't wish on anyone. It's tough because he was so young. Although we don't want anyone to die at any age, but it just makes it a lot harder when a person of 25 years old passes away when he has his whole life ahead of him. He had a lot of goals that he wanted to accomplish. Unfortunately, those things he won't be able to do anymore. But one of the things that he did leave with us all was he impacted everyone that he came across one way or another. Whether it was just his way of his style, his way of dressing, or was it his humor, or whether it was his courage. One way or another, he left something with everyone that he came across. And I think that's a beautiful thing, because when he had his service, the whole church was packed. My mom and my aunt, when they talked to the priest, initially they were going to go ahead and get a little room, which was just about, could go ahead and hold about 40 people or so. And I didn't think that was going to be enough room, because when everybody heard about, Marlon's death, I was getting texts on my phone from numbers that I didn't even know. So time came for us to have his service at the Mass, I mean, for that whole church to be packed the way it was unbelievable to see how many lives Marlon touched in such a short period of time. For me personally, it was a difficult time. It continues to be difficult, but at the same time, he taught me so many different things that I wasn't even aware that he can teach me. And like I said before, it's just something that I'm going to go ahead and carry on with me for the rest of my life. And I appreciate so much the moments that I spent with him, the times that I shared with him. And it's sad that I won't be able to continue to share more moments, but I know that he's with me wherever I go. I know that he's watching after me wherever I go, and I'm satisfied with that. I'm not satisfied, I'm not happy that he's passed, but I am satisfied with knowing that he's with me, and also that he's not dealing with the pain that he was suffering.